Have you ever felt a silent discontent in a crowded room, yearning for solitude amid the noise of countless voices? That restless, uneasy feeling isn't loneliness, it's clarity. A realization that many of us, like ancient Stoics, carry. Our discomfort among people often reveals more about the soul's pursuit of virtue than about the flaws of society itself. This is not a critique of others, but a reflection of our deeper inner calling, a calling to live authentically, aligned with reason and virtue, unburdened by the chaos of external expectations. Let us explore together 5 reasons why we often withdraw from people through the timeless lens of Stoicism. Reason 1, the noise of superficiality. Epictetus reminds us, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Much of modern interaction is plagued by superficiality, conversations driven by vanity, shallow opinions, and fleeting entertainment. For a Stoic, this noise is unbearable because it distracts from the pursuit of wisdom and self-mastery. We avoid trivial exchanges, not out of arrogance, but because they dilute the energy we could invest in deeper introspection. Every word matters. Every moment is a fragment of life we cannot recover. A Stoic finds peace in meaningful silence, preferring solitude to senseless chatter. This choice is not isolation, but a commitment to the self, a refusal to trade inner tranquility for external validation. Reason 2, the entanglement of destructive emotions. Seneca observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." When surrounded by others, we often inherit their emotions, anger, envy, despair, as though they are our own. The untrained mind, drawn into these emotional entanglements, suffers unnecessarily. Stoicism teaches us to guard against these destructive influences. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." To walk among people, for a Stoic, is to walk through a battlefield of emotions, each threatening to disrupt our hard-won inner calm. We retreat not out of weakness, but to fortify ourselves against these invisible forces. Reason 3, the burden of external judgments. Why do we care what others think? This question, raised repeatedly by Stoic philosophers, haunts those of us seeking freedom from external approval. Society thrives on judgment, assigning value to appearance, wealth, or social status. For a Stoic, this obsession is a form of slavery. Epictetus taught us that true freedom lies in focusing only on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. The opinions of others are irrelevant, for they belong to a realm we cannot govern. To escape this burden, we withdraw. Not to escape people, but to escape the trap of living by their standards. Reason 4, the distrust of idle pleasures. Pleasure, when it is excessive, enslaves the mind, warned Seneca. Society often celebrates indulgence in gossip, materialism, and unrestrained desires. A Stoic views such pleasures as fleeting and dangerous, for they weaken the soul's discipline and draw us away from the pursuit of lasting virtue. We avoid people who revel in these idle pleasures because their presence tempts us to stray from our path. Stoicism demands self-control, a higher pleasure rooted in wisdom and mastery over the self. By distancing ourselves from indulgent company, we safeguard the purity of our character. Reason 5, the pursuit of inner fortitude. Finally, the greatest reason we withdraw from others is the relentless pursuit of inner strength. Marcus Aurelius declared, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." To cultivate this quality, we need solitude, a sacred space where the mind can confront itself honestly and without distraction. Being among people can be draining, for their words and actions often challenge our resolve. In solitude, we reconnect with our principles, reaffirm our purpose, and strengthen our commitment to live according to nature and reason. It is in these moments of isolation that we discover our truest selves. The red thread, overcoming the fear of solitude. This withdrawal is not an act of despair, but a conscious choice rooted in wisdom. It is not about rejecting people, but about embracing a life of virtue. The discomfort we feel around others is a signal, a reminder to focus inward, to cultivate self-control, and to rise above destructive emotions. Stoicism is not about running from the world, but about mastering the self within it. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." So the next time you feel that pull toward solitude, embrace it. It is not loneliness, it is courage. The courage to stand apart from the crowd, to reject the chaos of superficiality, and to walk the narrow path of virtue. This is the way of the Stoic, A journey not away from people, but toward the highest version of ourselves.